Hello there, everybody. My name is Jerry, and I host the big show. Come, have a seat, won't you? Can I get you anything? Maybe a dinner, sherry, or brandy? No? Well, all right. Please make yourself comfortable. You good? Good. I want to make sure you're comfortable because while this isn't exactly an after-school special warning you on avoiding drugs and tobacco, it is a cautionary tale ripe with conspiracy and intrigue. And it's going to require a guest so special, there is a non-zero chance this will be their only appearance. That chance is so small it's not even worth discussing. So to make the most of this, let's go ahead and bring them out here. The Tier 7 Premium U.S. Battleship, the Jason Bourne to the Iowa's David Webb. Give it up from Missouri. That's right, Missouri. Not misery, that's for the folks up north, and not Missouri, that's for the folks down south near the boot heel. And I can say that because I lived there for 12 years, and I have the scars to prove it. Speaking of emotional scarring, to get this ship you will need to plop down 30,000 steel, or start a YouTube channel, get 1,000 subs, regularly make wowzles content, become a CC, and then have Ouija granted upon you for 1 week and 1 week only. But if you want to have it for more than a week, that's going to be that 30,000 steel. And that costs a lot of dedication. And by dedication, I mean money and time spent. Hundreds, if not thousands, spent on buying out all the past campaigns for the last 10 months or so, and hundreds of hours spent in ranked and arena, resulting in a few thousand more spent seeing a therapist to undo the emotional damage done to you there. Conversely, if you play casually, you may be able to pick it up around the time the ice caps have completed melting. Whoa, that got heavy. So to lighten things up, Francis, let's get the commander and modules on the big screen, and we have Billiam Sims celebrating the upcoming birthday of Andrew Cunningham, and who is popping out of the cake having fallen asleep from motion sickness pills? Why, none other than Miss July 89 Shelley Beepley. So yes, pretty much my bog standard run-of-the-mill accuracy build. And let's talk accuracy because I know there is some scuttlebutt around the water cooler out there peddling theories that something is broken or that there is some secret algorithm that affects your RNG based on your win rate or some particular something with your account, which I will admit, when I see people have shotgun blasts regularly with this ship, I began scanning the studio for listening devices and hidden cameras. Could there be a bug or something? Sure, that is possible. I mean, we have seen bugs in this game before. But is there a secret council that decides which player has good RNG and which player has bad? Seems a little far-fetched. And as we're waiting for this match to get going, really, I'm going to cut to another match with back-to-back shots so we can see how sometimes you roll sevens and sometimes you roll snake eyes. So we get our shot off on this completely broadside Iowa, which should be a dev strike. How do we get rewarded? Well, we get a double citadel on them, and I think the Jean Bart hit them pretty hard too, but only 2 citadels on that shot. However, here's a follow-up shot on a Synop, and what do we get here? Big oof. Now, yeah, I wish they had gone down right there, but whatever, I'm going to take the 4 citadels. Anyway, back to our game at hand. You are catching me in the rare 3-man division match on Crash Zone, and the blue team is under siege. Tough crowd. My division is trying to take care of the C cap while the rest of the blue team funnels down to A, only to get shot up by a band of mercenaries led by none other than former CIA operative Bill Stanix. And if you don't want spoilers, put your earmuffs on for a second. You got them on? Are they tight? Alright, good. Well, we're going to lose this game. And you all know I like to go back and figure out what I could have done differently, but I think I lose this game with 1 salvo, and I think you'll recognize when that happens. It wasn't that one, but it is going to happen soon. Well, you guys know that I don't want to put the blame on any other player because doing that, is not helpful. And there's no sense in thinking, well, if only my teammates had done this, because you can't control what your teammates do. Even though I will point out, this Embra is broadside to my div mate. But I'm holding my shot right here because we know that Embra has the 30mm bow that will bounce these shots, and I figure that I have enough angle right here to delete them. But no. One penetration, the rest ricochet, and I know that I'm going to be taking some torps right now. And I think that's the salvo. Look at how much HP I just had to give up right there. That's the salvo that actually lost us the game. Sure, I'm going to get to sink this Embra with this shot right here. But at what cost? What was that, like 30,000 health? Anyway, right now I am just doing cleanup duty on all these ships that have been sitting here, and we can see my accuracy here. Good enough. That's our second one, and now we just need to take care of this Ochakov, who conveniently, hiding from my teammates, is going to allow me to have access to their bow in, which is the only way that I'm going to be able to get these shells to arm anyway. Unless this Akatsuki stays spotted, in which case I will use my rear turret of justice to try and remove them from the game, but they are actually going to disappear here in a moment. I mean, I know they're shooting at me because they probably dropped torps, but they're gone. Let's get rid of this Ochakov. Should be a tricky shot if the dispersion is all over the place. However, it isn't. It is still pretty darn accurate for me. And that, real quick, nets us our third ship sunk. So is this truly just an Iowa with radar? Pretty much. And does that really turn the game upside down and alter the gameplay at all? Not particularly. I've put in about 100,000 XP into this ship, and unfortunately, having a radar when you play solo doesn't stop your carriers from only being interested in torping battleships, nor does it stop your destroyers from sitting in smoke rather than spotting for you. And as much as you'd think it would, it doesn't make your team shoot the destroyer that you have spotted with your radar for 35 seconds with a 9.5 kilometer detection. However, when you are in a division, it definitely makes things a bit more interesting. And had we actually used a battleship cruiser destroyer division like you should, instead of doubling up on destroyers or battleships, things may have ended in this battle differently. It's hard to say. Seeing as we are quickly approaching my untimely demise, in hindsight, this is again a point where I could have done something different. My initial thought here was to try and set up a triangle crossfire, but I am going to need will to rebuild, of that I'm certain. However, I have instead positioned myself in the open where I can continue to be shot at. And by the time I realized that I should have moved closer to my div mates rather than expecting our blue destroyer to get close and activate will to rebuild for me, well, by that point I am already boned. But we still have a couple ships left to sink, so we're going to take that shot at the Leon first, and bad RNG roll right there. Yeah, we don't get much damage at all. However, a lone Helena appears, and I'm wondering if this isn't the ship that's been chasing away our destroyer this whole time. Maybe they don't know that the Helena doesn't have radar. I mean, there's nothing over there with radar. So why did our destroyer come down here? I don't know. Anyway, let's take this shot at the Helena. Ugh, come on. See, that's bad RNG right there, too. But at the same time, I hit 4 shells. It's just a shame that I couldn't take them out with that salvo. So here I am getting my heal off, and I'm backing up to use this island to block the Georgia from being able to lob me, and hopefully that Helena as well. But that is going to leave me exposed for the Leon and the Turpets. Get another shot out on the Leon there. And you can see I'm looking around trying to figure out, okay, how am I going to get up to our friendly Odin? Pick up the high caliber right there, and I just don't think there's a way I can get up there. Anytime that I move, I'm going to have to angle and open up a little bit for that Turpets, and that Turpets is going to be able to just chip me down too much, because what do I have here? Yeah, I'm only at 7,000 health, and that might work in a Gneisenau, but not in this ship. Leon, it's going to take a couple torps from our Hipper, And I'm going to try and finish off this Leon to let our Hipper be able to run free. And now I'm taking fire from the Helena as well. Not a great hit there, but the rear turret of justice swinging around. Get that shell off, and we are going to, in fact, get our 4th ship sunk on the Leon. And now I am truly, truly boned. Georgia can't get over. Helena, I'm spotted. I can't get unspotted. Helena is incredibly weak. Tirpitz is shooting at me, and that's something you're going to have to get used to if you get this, Missouri. Everybody's going to shoot you. I don't know. Maybe it's combined with the fact that I'm in the CC program and a few people recognize me. I mean, I'm not sure what that smoke is for, but boy howdy have I been getting focused. So my plan here is we have drop spot. If I can just reverse, I was trying to radar and see if we couldn't pick up that Helena. I'm guessing that the Helena is just going to get greedy, right? They have me spotted right now. I'm at 355 health. All we have to do is be able to get our snapshot off. But will the Helena fire? Yes, they will. We know my death is inbound. I get my shot off. They kill me, but I'm going to get Kraken 311 in the Mighty Mo. Now, I could force you all to watch the rest of this in pure frustration as my division mate proceeds to go on and sink the Tirpitz with his Hipper, and our Jervis continues to demonstrate their need for a lot more experience. But I will save you the trouble, and we will just jump to the scoreboard. 1,803 XP and a loss for a bad game. Couldn't carry this one. I am, after all, just a cook. Oh my god, we had a fail division as well. GG's, and that wraps it up for this one. If you are going to hoard your steel for what comes after the Missouri, hit like. If you've already blown it all on promotion orders, hit dislike. Questions, comments, conspiracies, leave them down below, and should you find the uncontrollable desire to subscribe, well, there's a button for that. Thanks for watching, folks. I will get back out there for another one soon, and we will talk then.